Hey, this is Brad Tipton, and thank you so much for your interest in my partnership program. And I want to thank you for, if you've watched my other, seen my other emails of that, I want to thank you for listening to my story about how just because I didn't have any money, less enough money, I ended up putting my wife's life in danger when we ran. It's like our car stopped in the middle of the street on a busy highway. Um, Big street in California where we live. And man, cars are zipping by and this, that, and the other. And I turned to her and I said, hey, can you call AAA? No, I'm sorry. We had Progressive Insurance at the time. I said, hey, can you call Progressive and tell them we need a tow truck? And she said, oh, we didn't pay Progressive, so we can't call for the tow truck. Right? I didn't have the money for it. So I hadn't paid because my money was messed up. And her life was in danger. We're in the middle of a road. A big truck could have come and hit us and killed us. Right? It's just so difficult when you don't have the money that you need to do the things that you need to do in your life. And so the reason I'm reaching out to you is because I want to provide you with a process where you can have the money that you need so you don't have to do things like not have enough or put families' lives in jeopardy or whatever. So I'll get right to the point. Your time is valuable, so I'll get right to the point. I created a way to help people in my subscribers list to bring in an extra minimum of $1,000 reoccurring monthly income from local businesses in your city without you having to build the technology. You don't have to provide the service. You don't have to handle customer support. You don't have to figure out the business model or anything from scratch, right? I do all that. That's why I'm your partner. And it's called the AI Receptionist Partnership Program. And how it works is plumbers, roofers, electricians, HVAC companies, and other local service businesses miss incoming calls every day. The owner may be out on a job. The receptionist may be available, right, away at lunch or something like that. Or several customers may call at the very same time, and the receptionist can only take one call at a time. Or someone may call after normal business hours, right? And so for a local business, a missed call can mean missed customers and missed bottom line revenue. Like a plumber's average amount that they bring in is about $500 for every, job they do. So you can imagine if somebody calls and the phone is not answered, that's 500 bucks. Well, what if that happens, I don't know, one time a day, right? That's $500 each day for 5 days, right? That's $250 a week, right? So that's $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year gone because they didn't pick up the phone or couldn't pick up the phone. And I want you to know it happens way more times than that. Um, so that's the problem that our AI receptionist solves. I build and I install a 24/7 AI receptionist that answers incoming calls, responds to common questions like when a person calls and says, hey, do you guys do roofing in Washington, right? Or whatever the case is. Do you repair BMWs? So whatever the case is, right? It answers the common questions that people ask. What are your hours? That type of thing. And it can even book appointments when the business owner or staff is unavailable. So if a person, it'll ask you plainly, hey, the AI will ask you, well, when would you like to set up an appointment? And the AI receptionist will let you know, hey, we have Tuesday at 2 o'clock available. Is that okay? No. Or we have Wednesday at 1. Is that okay? We have Friday at 4, right? And the person go, oh, I'll take Friday at 4. And the AI receptionist will book the call. So now the plumber doesn't even have to be on the phone or anything. The call is booked for Friday at 4 p.m. Boom, right? And it's the most amazing thing when a plumber can come in and find out that he's got, 4 jobs booked while he was under a sink fixing somebody else's plumbing situation. So that's what this does. It's the AI reception is a powerful thing. I install it, I build it, I do all the work, I do everything for you. And what happens is we offer the service to local businesses for 497 bucks a month, basically 500 bucks a month. And under our partnership agreement, the $497 service payment from each business enrolled through the partnership program is paid directly to you. I don't take any of it, right? So you get the entire 500 bucks, right? And what that means is that normally I charge you a one-time $497 a month partnership fee, right? So, but I've got a special thing for you that I'll tell you about in a minute. But imagine, right? Multiple people paying you $500 a month. I do all the work and you pay me, $500 just for doing everything for you. In other words, I'm like your employee almost, but I'm your partner. But take this example. 10 businesses at $497 paying you would mean 4,970 bucks a month, monthly client payments coming to you, while your partnership fee to me is only $497 a month, right? You get a flat fee no matter what. So imagine 10 businesses at $497 paying you, right? And your flat fee to me is only $497. And what I handle is this. I handle the technology. I handle the sales conversations. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to build anything. Client enrollment, I do all of that. The installation, I do all of that. The ongoing customer support, I do all that. The fulfillment, I do all of that. Right? So I don't want you to feel like, oh my goodness, what is it that I have to do? You're not stuck doing any of what I call the heavy lifting. But here's your responsibility. Your primary responsibility is to consistently create the opportunities with local businesses. So that means your role is to contact at least 10 local businesses after 6 p.m., right? And that's the point when you are the most likely to reach their voicemail. So if the business owner answers, you politely apologize and hang up, right? But if the voicemail comes on, you just leave a simple voicemail, right? And what's nice about that is you don't even have to know what phone numbers to call. I will look up all the plumbers in your city, or all the roofers in your city, or all the garage door repair companies in your city, or all of the auto repair companies in your city, and provide you with the phone numbers. I provide all the phone numbers for the business in your city. You just simply call and leave 10 messages a night, right? That should take you 20 minutes. You leave 10 messages a night. Those who aren't interested just won't be interested. And those who are interested, they'll have a phone number to call, and it'll call directly to me. And I'll get them set up. I'll get them installed. They'll pay $500 and the money goes directly to you every month. Right? So that's your job. So you reach out at night, you leave voicemails. And I say leave 10 a night. And there it is. You just leave voicemails. Once you reach a business voicemail, you leave a 20-second message introducing the 24/7 AI receptionist. You don't have to become a salesperson. You don't have to become a technology expert. You don't need to speak directly with any business owners, right? You just leave voicemails, right? And I provide you with the script. It's 20 seconds, right? And then you're off the phone. And when a business is interested as a result of the voicemail you left, right? You simply let me know, or they'll call me direct, and I'll take everything from there and you get paid. So now the business side of the opportunity. I also want to be clear about the business side of this opportunity. There is no guarantee that any particular number of businesses will enroll, or that you will earn any particular amount of money. I'm not saying you're going to be a bazillionaire. I'm not saying anybody. It's possible I guess it's possible you could leave 10 voicemails a night and nobody respond. To be honest, I don't think that's possible. I've been in business for a long time. I've never seen that happen, but I'm just letting you know, I'm not guaranteeing you anything. Okay? This is a business opportunity, not a guaranteed investment thing, right? This is not a get rich quick scheme, right? I'm letting you know it's possible, I guess, for you to leave 10 voicemails a night, right? That's 50 a week, right? For 4 weeks, right? That's over 200 voicemails. And I guess not even one person would take it, which I can't imagine that would happen, but I'm just letting you know that's the deal, right? The other thing is this. Your results will depend in part on how consistent you leave voicemails with local businesses, right? If you let life get in the way and you don't leave any voicemails, well, you know what's going to happen? You ain't going to make no money, right? Right. And so that's all I can say. I mean, you got to do something. You can't just do nothing and expect to make money. And if somebody tells you that you can do nothing and make money, they are lying to you. That's not how this world works, right? You receive money in exchange for value that you bring to the table. So that's it. So if you don't leave the voicemails, right, you likely won't make a dime. That's how it works. So here's your investment to begin. The investment to begin is only $297 for your first 30 days, right? $297, you're a partner with me. I do everything. All you do is leave 10 voicemails a night at businesses where I give you the phone numbers, right? It's just so, it's so, now, if you decide to continue after the first 30 days, then you pay me $497 a month, right? There's no obligation, right? You're not looped in. There's no contract or anything with me. Hey, you just decide I don't want it anymore, then just don't pay, right? And you're out, right? But there'll be plenty of people, probably in your city, who would love to have the opportunity to leave 10 voicemails a night and get paid $500 a month, recurring. Like, because once a business starts getting the value of this thing, this AI receptionist, setting appointments for them and making money for them, like making money, they're not going to typically turn that off. They're not going to say, oh, I'll go back to the old way. Oh, this thing is booking appointments and making money for them 24/7, holidays, weekends, nights, lunchtime, before hours, after hours, right? So I just want you to know, um, they pay $500 a month. They keep paying, and it all goes into your pocket. Imagine, let's say let's say two people enroll in the first month that you're with me. Okay, that's $1,000 a month coming into your pocket. Yeah, Brad, but I got to pay you 500. Okay, that's still $500 a month coming into your pocket. That's $6,000 a year. Okay, but what if two people enroll your first month? Right, sorry. What if two more people enroll your second month? Now that's four people paying you $500 a month, but you still only pay me 500. So what if every month for 12 months, one company enrolls because you leave voicemails? At the end of 12 months, right, you got 12 businesses paying you $500 a month. You do the math. And out of that, you send me $500. You got 12 people paying you $500 every month. And every month you send me $500, $497. And all you do is leave voicemails. You leave 10 voicemails a night. To me, it seems like a no-brainer. And the reason I put it only 297 is there was times in my life where I was broke, right? I didn't have money. So I want you to know I'm not trying to rip you off, but there are costs to setting up everything, right? And so I just want you to know that is like super reasonable, right? So anyway, I hope that's helpful to you. So the arrangement is simple. You create local business opportunities by leaving simple voicemails after 6 p.m. I suggest you leave 10 a night. Then I provide all the technology. I do all the sales support. I do all the fulfillment. I do all the customers, right? I do everything. Tech support. I do everything, right? And I do all the ongoing client service. You receive the money. Just that simple. So here's the deal. Please don't be like me. Let me close with this. When I was making money, I hadn't been wise enough to build a second financial engine that could produce income if my primary source ever stopped. And what happened was I ended up on the side of the road, no money, my wife in danger, right? Like we're on a speeding highway and we couldn't call Progressive because I hadn't paid. I couldn't pay. I couldn't call AAA. I didn't have the money to call AAA. It was the craziest, most difficult thing. And I won't tell you about the times where I've been so broke that I was so embarrassed. And my wife didn't even know exactly how broke we were. What she typically does is when my wife goes anywhere, like if they give her change, she just throws it in the bottom of her purse. She puts the money, like the bills, in her wallet. She throws the change like in the bottom of her purse. But what she didn't know is there were times where we were so broke that I would wait for her to go to work and I would go in her closet and find her old purses and I would get the change out. And that's how I would buy groceries and stuff. And, one day's worth of groceries. And what was so crazy is I was so embarrassed when I got to the store. I had like this change in my pocket. I would go to like these change machines. I don't know if you've seen it, where you dump in your change and it gives you money back, but it charges you like 3 or 4%. I willingly paid the 3 or 4% to the money little change machine because I didn't want to walk up to the cashier after I got the groceries with all change in my pocket. I also didn't tell you how my daughter, Tiffany, she's 42 years old. She has worked in the auto industry in Milwaukee for the last 10 years. Like she is a monster in that area, right? And then she walked in one day and her entire department was told that they're fired because AI can do and take the incoming calls and stuff. So she lost her job. She still had a house mortgage, taxes, kids, groceries, right? She still needed everything and she was out. And what happened, it was difficult because she thought it was all good. And she never put something in place to replace her money if her primary income source ever stopped. So what I'm saying is, don't be like me, right? Don't do it like my daughter Tiffany did it. Take advantage of this. It's only $297 to get started, right? Um, and so my final thing is, would you be against giving it a try? If it sounds like the kind of business partnership you've been looking for, the link is below, and you can pay via Cash App. That's my wife Gail's Cash App because I don't have Cash App, and that's my Venmo, so you can send it via Venmo. And then there's wiring instructions in case you choose to wire it. So I don't care how you send it. That's your business. My thing is just enroll. And some people think, oh, Brad, you're trying to rip me off and take $297 from me. Listen, listen, I'm providing all the service. I'm doing all the work. You're just simply leaving 10 voicemails a night. You think I'm going to rip you off for $297? I want you to know I already have a business, right? This is not my only business. I have a business where last night was it? No, it wasn't last night. It was the night before. I'm laying in bed, right? And ding, I get $1,997. Somebody wants a legal service from me. I got a lady who I talked with yesterday. She's like, Brad, I got a cash check, and tomorrow I'll send you $2,497 to work on she needs a private trust. And another guy sent me $500 because he wanted to be a part of my private partner. So what I'm saying is that these people are sending me thousands. One guy reached out to me. He said, Brad, I want you to coach me. I said, okay, I want you to know that the fee is $10,000. He said, well, I need to check with my wife. And within 24 hours, $10,000 cash in my hand. So people send me $10,000, $2,497, $2,500, $500. I'm not ripping you off for $300, right? This is something that you need to put in place to replace your income source if something happens. And I want you to know, listen what we're offering. We're offering an AI receptionist. Listen, when an AI receptionist is installed, right? To be honest, that plumber doesn't need his receptionist anymore, right? He's paying her what, $20 an hour, right? 40 hours a week. Plus he pays her insurance. Plus he pays, what do you call it? Unemployment to the unemployment. Plus she's away, like sick days when her baby or whatever gets sick, right? Plus, she can only take one call at a time, right? If 2 or 3 calls come in, she can answer the call real quick and say, thank you for calling ABC Plumbing. Can you hold for a moment? And then she puts them back on hold, right? Now, somebody's on hold with their toilet overflowing. They're like, you know what? I'm calling the next plumber. That's how it works. So this receptionist at the plumbing company can only take one call at a time, right? They need sick days off. It's $20 an hour, right? For 40 hours, $800 a week. Plus you're going to pay unemployment, right? If this plumber installs AI, it's $500 a month. It answers 24/7, all day, every day, all night, every night. It never has an attitude. It never talks back. It never calls in sick. You don't have to pay unemployment for it. Right? It can take if 10 people call at the same time, it can take all 10 calls and book all 10 appointments. While a regular receptionist would still be fooling around with one appointment. So I want you to know AI is taking over a lot of stuff. Some people will be losing their jobs because of AI. Why not? Since it's gonna happen regardless, why not you get paid and create an engine that brings you 500, 1,000, couple thousand, $4,000 a month every month into your family, right? So imagine this. Let's say you did this for a year and you ended up with 10 clients paying you, right? That's $5,000 a month coming into your hands. And all you do for $5,000 is leave 10 voicemails a night. It takes 20 minutes. Imagine that. $5,000 a month for 12 months, right? What is that? $60,000 in your hands for doing what? 20 minutes of leaving voicemails. I want you to know some people work 40 hours a week, right? Plus travel time, plus everything else, and they don't make 60 grand a year. This is your opportunity, right? So if you want in, the link is below. You can use CashApp, you can use Venmo, or you can wire. All three are fine by me. As soon as I receive, and once you enroll and get your receipt, please shoot me a quick email. You can send it to me at info@escapevelocitymarketing.com, because that's the name of my digital marketing company, escapevelocitymarketing.com. So send it to me at info@escapevelocitymarketing.com. Send me your receipt. I'll send you a welcome email and walk you through the process, and you'll be up and running within 1 business day. You'll have your phone numbers, this, that, and the other. You can leave, 10 voicemails a night, everything. All right. Anyway, talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.